WNBA 2025 on the brink as Caitlin Clark's training shocks the league. The WNBA is 3 months away from complete collapse, and nobody's talking about it. While league executives sit in boardrooms arguing over dollars and cents, the biggest star in women's basketball just dropped 40 seconds of footage that should terrify every single team in the league. This isn't some casual workout video. This is a warning shot. And if you blinked, you missed the moment that proves Caitlin Clark isn't just staying ready during the chaos. She's getting sharper, more dangerous, and more unstoppable than anyone imagined. Picture this: a regular pickup game in Indianapolis. 5-on-5. Nothing fancy, just hoopers getting their runs in. Then Caitlin Clark steps on the court, and suddenly it's not regular anymore. The footage is raw, unfiltered, and it tells you everything you need to know about what's coming when or if the WNBA season actually happens. Watch the defender closely. He's trying. He's up in her space, contesting, fighting through screens, doing everything a defender is supposed to do. And then it happens.
Then she gets it here. Now tell me what you notice here. Let me turn the sound back on. You hear dude is going, ah! She hasn't even shot the ball yet, but he knows that when he went for the fake, he blew it because he expects Caitlin Clark to knock down the shot.
She pump fakes. He bites. His feet leave the ground. And before the ball even leaves her hands, before she even rises into her shooting motion, you hear him scream. Not after the shot, before it. That guttural sound of a man who knows in that split second that he just made a fatal mistake against someone who doesn't miss when you give her daylight. That's the sound of defeat. That's the sound every WNBA defender heard all last season. And here's the thing that should absolutely terrify the league. She's getting better. This isn't fever practice. This isn't some choreographed workout with teammates going half speed. This is competitive basketball with real defenders trying to stop her, and she's still 3 steps ahead of everyone on the court. The sequence breaks down like this.
I always love it when we get to see some footage. I enjoy, like last night with Michaela, seeing what she was working on, absorbing contact, finishing underneath the basket, even her jump shot. And then, of course, with Caitlin, it's always fun to be able to see what she's working on. So there she is, 5-on-5. We don't get to see all of it. We don't get to see most of it. We don't even get to see much of it. But one thing we can be certain is that she is in the
creates just enough separation to make the defender uncomfortable, then hits him with a pump fake that freezes him completely. Most players would force the shot right there. Most players would see that tiny window and take it. But Caitlin reads the defense differently. She passes. She keeps the ball moving. And here's where it gets interesting. Here's where you see the difference between someone with talent and someone with generational basketball IQ. She doesn't stop moving after the pass. Too many players make that mistake. They make the right play, then stand there admiring their own decision, like they just solved world hunger. Not Caitlin. She relocates immediately, finds open space, gets better positioning, and forces the defense to count for her all over again. When the ball comes back to her, she's already in the defender's head. She already knows his tendencies because she filed that information away the first time he bit on her fake. And defenders, listen up, because this is the lesson that apparently...
Working those handles, and then she fakes the shot, passes, keeps moving, because that's important. Got to keep moving. Keeps moving, and then of course she gets it right back after she's gotten herself some space by passing it. Then she gets it here. Now tell me,
nobody learns until it's too late. When Caitlin Clark pump fakes you once and you jump, she remembers. She's cataloging that mistake, storing it, waiting for the exact right moment to make you pay for it. Second time around, same move, same result. He leaves his feet again, and this time she rises into the shot with zero hesitation. Game winner. Swish. That's not luck. That's pattern recognition. That's a player who thinks 2, 3, for moves ahead while everyone else is still figuring out what just happened. Now here's where this story takes a turn, because this footage didn't come from the Indiana Fever. It didn't come from the WNBA's official channels. It didn't come from some corporate media team with production budgets and marketing strategies. This came from Bri Lowe, an independent photographer who's been documenting Kate.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Yesterday, I posted some footage of our fan fave, Mikayla KK Simpson, in the gym, getting her workout on. And today, I'm going to post
journey since her Iowa days. Lowe has built her entire career on visual storytelling in women's basketball. She's worked with Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report. She's currently the global social media lead at Spotify. And right now, she's the one giving fans what they're desperate for. Proof that their favorite player is locked in and ready. Meanwhile, the Fever's media team? Silent. Radio silence. No official workout footage. No behind-the-scenes content. No updates on what their franchise cornerstone, the player who brought 3 million viewers to WNBA broadcast last season, is doing this offseason. Nothing. Independent content creators are filling the void, and fans are eating it up like they've been starving for months, because they have been. The day before this Caitlin Clark footage dropped, there was workout video of Mikayla Johnson working on absorbing contact and finishing.
Bri Lowe is working it and bringing us some information, some footage, and also she posted a couple pictures. So let's go back to X. So there you see the sneakers, the blue and the yellow, or maybe that's gold. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw a post. I believe it was this image, and it was like a contest. If anyone could tell her what the shoes were, they would get a free
through
pair.
Traffic. There's a pattern emerging across women's basketball right now. Players are documenting their off-season grind. They're showing fans the work. They're building anticipation for a season that might not even exist. Because let's talk about the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address directly. The WNBA is currently in labor negotiations, and it's not going well. The collective bargaining agreement expired. Players are pushing for higher salaries, better travel conditions, a larger revenue share, the basic things that professional athletes deserve. Owners are worried about expansion costs and financial sustainability, which is corporate speak for we don't want to spend more money. And the result? Nobody knows for certain if the 2025 season will start on time or if it will start at all. Think about that for a second. We're in February. The season typically starts in May. That's 3 months away. 3 months. And there's still no agreement.
Give it to you in English. She's recognized for working with high-profile athletes and organizations, and Caitlin Clark is mentioned therein. The caption is game-winning shot at 5-on-5 today, and Caitlin Clark is tagged.
The sticking points are significant. Salary caps, revenue sharing percentages, travel accommodations that don't require players to fly commercial and share hotel rooms like they're on a high school field trip, free agency rules, expansion draft protections. Players want to be paid like the professionals they are. They want charter flights instead of being crammed into economy seats on Southwest. They want hotel rooms where they don't have to share a bed with a teammate. They want the kind of basic working conditions that male professional athletes take completely for granted. The league says it's losing money and can't afford these improvements yet. Both sides have valid points, but the clock is ticking, and while the suits argue in boardrooms about spreadsheets and profit margins, the players are in gyms. Because that's what professionals do. Ballers stay ready so they don't have to get ready. And the engagement on Bri Lowe's post proves exactly what the WNBA is missing right now. Thousands of comments. Fans thanking her for the content. People asking what shoes Caitlin's wearing in the video. Those blue and gold Wilsons. Someone literally offered to pay money if Bri could identify the sneakers. There was apparently
all the way down her page, but man, I feel like I just saw that a few days ago. Anyway, I see in the comments here, J Max said, Bri, where do I send payment? I need size 13 in men. Thanks in advance. Someone here wrote, Rosie M wrote, yes, she's awesome and you are awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And then glitch, she's changing the game with a player. And then 977922 says, what are those, Bree? Help me get the giveaway. So yeah, there must have been
a giveaway contest around it. This is the demand the WNBA and its teams are completely failing to meet. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball. She sold out arenas in cities that had never cared about the league before. Her jersey became the fastest selling in WNBA history. And yet, during the most crucial offseason in league history, with labor negotiations threatening to cancel the entire schedule, the Fever aren't giving fans any content featuring their franchise player. That's not just a missed opportunity. That's organizational malpractice. Brie Lowe's caption was simple. Game-winning shot at 5-on-5 today with Caitlin Clark tagged. Direct. Effective. It gives fans exactly what they want. Proof that CC is working. Confirmation that she still has that killer instinct. A reminder of why they fell in love with her game.
Away with it the first time, and she burned him the second time. Bad habits should not be repeated. Game-winning shot.
First place. This is the content strategy teams should be deploying, not corporate press releases, not generic tweets about players training hard, actual footage of actual work. Show the handles, show the shooting form, show the competitive fire in pickup games. Fans don't want polish, they want authenticity. And when official channels won't provide it, independent creators will, which raises serious questions about media control and access in the social media age. Even the shoes tell a story. Blue and gold Wilsons. Caitlin's signature colors from Iowa. She's not wearing Fever orange and blue in this workout. She's wearing the colors that made her famous, the colors that represented her college dominance, the colors that 40,000 fans wore when they packed Carver Hawkeye Arena to watch her break records. Is that significant? Maybe. Maybe not. But it's the kind of detail fans notice and analyze because in the absence of official information...
And then we're going to find out what the other stuff is going to look like. Whether it's going to be Lexi back, Sophie back, and who knows? Like, who knows what is going on with the WNBA 2026 season. But ballers, stay ready so they don't have to get ready. CC in the gym. With the win, by the way.
The Fever about roster moves, contract negotiations, or season preparation. Fans are left to speculate based on shoe colors and Instagram posts. We know Kelsey Mitchell is a free agent. We know the Fever need to make roster decisions. We know they're facing questions about coaching, about team chemistry, about how to build around Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston. But the organization isn't communicating any of this clearly. So fans are reading tea leaves and looking for clues in workout footage posted by independent photographers. Here's what this footage confirms beyond any doubt. Caitlin Clark is not taking the offseason lightly. She's not resting on her Rookie of the Year campaign. She's not satisfied with what she accomplished in year one. She's in the gym running full speed, 5-on-5, working on the exact skills that made her unstoppable. Ball handling, shot creation, reading defenses, that lethal three-point shooting that had defenders screaming in frustration all season long. The defender in this video learned what WNBA players learned all last season. You cannot give Caitlin Clark space beyond the arc. You cannot bite on her pump fakes. You cannot play lazy defense and expect to get away with it. She will punish every mistake. She will exploit every mental lapse. And she will do it with a level of skill that makes it look effortless. That's the gap between good players and great ones. Good players have skills. Great players have skills plus the basketball IQ to deploy them at exactly the right moment. This isn't a casual shoot around. This is competitive 5-on-5 with defenders who are clearly trying, and Caitlin's still making it look easy. The competition level matters because anyone can shoot in an empty gym, but creating shots against live defense is what translates to game situations. And watch how she processes information. She's not just executing moves. She's reading tendencies, identifying weaknesses, exploiting patterns. When the defender bit on that first fake, she filed it away mentally. Veteran level, thinking from someone who just finished her rookie season. The conditioning is next level too. She's moving at full speed, not taking plays off, sprinting back on defense, relocating on offense, maintaining her shooting form even when tired. That's what separates good shooters from elite ones. Anyone can make shots when fresh. Elite shooters make shots in the fourth quarter when their legs are dead and the defense knows exactly where the ball is going. And the mentality? This was the game-winning shot. The caption tells us that explicitly, which means Caitlin wanted the ball in that moment. She demanded it. She had the confidence to take and make the shot that decides the outcome. That's killer instinct. That's what made her great at Iowa and what will make her dominant in the WNBA. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Fever, because they have a generational talent putting in the work. But talent alone doesn't win championships. They need to surround Caitlin with the right pieces. Bring back Kelsey Mitchell, who proved to be the perfect backcourt partner. Continue developing Aaliyah Boston, who's learning to play alongside a ball-dominant guard. Add depth. Improve defense. Develop an offensive system that maximizes Caitlin's unique skill set. The question is whether the Fever front office understands the urgency of this moment. Caitlin's rookie contract is 4 years. That sounds like a long time, but windows close fast in professional sports. Injuries happen. Other teams get better. Players demand trades. The Fever have maybe 2 or 3 years to build a championship contender before Caitlin starts looking at other options. Compare the Fever's approach to how other leagues handle their superstars. When LeBron James works out in the offseason, the Lakers' social media team is documenting it. When Patrick Mahomes trains, the Chiefs are posting content. When Lionel Messi practices, Inter Miami is capturing every moment. These organizations understand that fans are hungry for content featuring their favorite players. They understand that off-season engagement keeps fans invested and builds anticipation for the regular season. The Fever are leaving all that engagement on the table, letting independent creators control the narrative around their franchise player. The WNBA is at a critical juncture. The league has more mainstream attention than ever before, largely because of Caitlin Clark. Ratings are up. Attendance is up. Merchandise sales are up. This is the moment to capitalize on that momentum, to convert casual fans into diehard supporters, to build a passionate fan base that will sustain the league for decades. And you do that by giving fans what they want. Content, stories, access, a reason to care during the off-season when games aren't being played. When Bri Lowe posts 40 seconds of Caitlin Clark hitting a game winner in a pickup game, and that post gets thousands of engagements and hundreds of comments from fans desperate for content, that should be a wake-up call for every WNBA team. This is what fans want. This drives engagement. This builds brands and sells tickets and creates the cultural momentum that translates into long-term success. Here's the reality. Caitlin Clark will be great regardless. She's in the gym working. She's improving. She's preparing for whatever comes next. The question isn't whether Caitlin will be ready. The question is whether the Fever will be ready to support her, to build around her, and to maximize this once-in-a-generation opportunity. Time will tell. But for now, we're left with 40 seconds of workout footage from an independent content creator and a fan base that's grateful for any glimpse of their favorite player. That's the current state of WNBA media strategy. And whether it's enough to sustain the league's momentum when the season finally starts, if it starts, remains to be seen.